Let's get into this Drake, Kendrick, Lamar. This is officially part 2 of the beef.
Yo, man. Defendant Aubrey Graham. He's making accusations against who? UMG?
Yes.
Spotify,
Yes.
iHeartRadio, and
Yes.
more. Accusing them of bots, payola, trying to ruin his career at the height of his contract negotiations. He's claiming that Not Like Us was not like that. You feel me? That shit was not like that, and it did not do enough on his own. So, the people we're going to bring these charges, is it whack? Is it soft? Are we seeing the new Michael Jackson of this generation? Why are people siding with corporations? All of this and more. So let's get to it, man. What do you think? First reaction when you see the headline Drake suing UMG. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Smart move.
Right.
Smart move, because look, bro, when you going, like, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. I seen it with Megan Thee Stallion. She was just too confident in her comeback. There was something she knew that we did not. You know what I'm saying? I seen the same thing with fucking Metro and Kendrick. There was something they knew we did not. They had too much confidence, too much insight, and they was doing things that just you don't usually see in a rap battle. Blatantly lying, just blatant lies.
Wait, how did Meg get thrown in this? What happened with her? What did she do?
Because
what the fuck?
All right.
What happened?
All right. Megan Thee Stallion was too confident in the fact that she didn't think we were able to actually see what was going on. She just relied on the machine that she knew, that she was guaranteed was behind her.
Man, get her out the conversation. That's like a little pebble.
But this
throwing,
is a label.
We talking.
But this is a label behind you pushing it.
We talking about I'm hearing what you're talking about. But that's like
this is the magnificence of a
we
label.
We talking about people taking shots with shotgun and her little pebble. Whatever
She got shot, right?
Oh,
they got us to believe that.
Okay. Wait a second.
They got us to believe that.
And
she was confident.
So you sitting here talking.
Metro and Kendrick are moving with that same energy. They moving with too much confidence. They know that something is going to be out there working in their favor. All they got to do is play with it. Play into it.
I think all of this is above their heads. This is not even. This is all above their heads.
You think so?
They not, bro. We talking about ants, and we talking about ants. You're making a mountain out of a molehill for real. You feel me? If you need an answer, then we could.
No.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I think this shit is way above all their heads, man.
You think it's above Kendrick?
It's way, yo.
You don't think Kendrick knows
they used
the game plan?
They used him, bro. They are you. All right, so if the things that Drake are alleging is true, that means none of these rap people are anywhere close or even important in this situation. This situation is him and Lucian Grange and the people who are stockholders at Spotify and Apple Music, and he's feeling like, hey, listen, I'm about to crack y'all for $800 million on my next deal, and I don't want just money. I need a piece of these buildings that I have built, that you guys, the lights are on in this place because of me. That's how he feels. That's how Drake feels, right? And y'all took this opportunity to try, and in the middle, and mind you, they've been in contract negotiations now for months, for years. For years, they've been knowing this because Drake recoups too fast. He's a really profitable artist. He recoups his money quick, and that's why in his deal, even in the latest rap beef, last deal was 400 M's. These days, that's a low ball nigga. He's not trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? So, right? I had a conversation again, it seems like every week I'm saying shout out Jones because me and him, we had this conversation. The first time when the headline dropped, he texted me, yo man, what you think about this? I think it's a bad move. It's bad timing. It looks weak. It looks soft. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, you know what? Let me get some more information before I say anything, right? His main thing, and a lot of things that I'm seeing from people on the internet are, Drake, you weren't complaining when bots and payola benefited you. So now that it didn't benefit you and it's against you, why are you mad? To that point, I say, what makes us believe that Drake actually ever benefited from payola or bots? What makes us believe that in his mind that he was the beneficiary of any of this. Reason why I asked that is this, right? When you look up what year Apple Music came out, it started in 2015. When you look at what year Spotify went public, you're talking about 2018. These are companies that have no real leverage to create somebody as popular as a Drake. They cannot do it. They cannot replicate his impact. So people are saying, oh, but I remember when Scorpion came out or when Views came out, it was all on my feed. You also got to remember, he did exclusive deals with them and they put massive money in getting him to agree to put his project there. From his point of view, I built this place because I bought my influence here.
But Drake didn't build Spotify.
I didn't build Spotify, but the money
or
that
Apple
I bought,
Music.
But guess what? But the money that I generated through here for you guys is enough to say that you guys benefited more from me being on your platform.
But that's
than
Drake's
I did
ego.
for you.
But that's Drake's ego because he could feel like that, but realistically, it's not true. There's a lot more people coming. Like Drake's not even the number one. He puts Taylor Swift above him. You know what I'm saying? So he could feel.
He has more hits than the Beatles.
But he could feel.
Factually.
But that's the thing, though. He can feel. Drake can feel like this.
Right.
That does not mean it's true. But like everything is factual.
Right.
Until it comes to where he starts saying, "I got the lights on in this bitch. I got all right." You can feel like that.
Well, let's talk.
No,
That's what we're here to do. Let's talk about it.
I'm a Drake fan.
Let's talk about it.
I'm a Drake. You can feel like that.
Right.
But there's a lot of niggas on that motherfucking monthly catalog bringing it in. You know,
Right.
it's not. It's realistically not just Drake.
But you see, we
and
can
Drake,
say that from our
Drake
perspective.
is behind the machine. Lucien Grange has said it himself. Whatever Drake needs, we're gonna do it.
You know why?
Any money Drake needs, we're gonna give it to him.
You know why?
That's what he said.
know
So
why?
he's behind the machine. He's behind the bait. When Drake drops, yo.
Wait, you know why?
If Drake dropped and he didn't see that bitch everywhere, he would pull a DJ Khaled and sue everybody.
Hold on, wait. You want to know
Why?
why?
You guys are not forcing my shit to go number one. I'm suing.
Hold on, wait. You see, and there's the difference in where we think, right? If you
And I'm a Drake
if you saw Meek Mill, hold on. If you remember a couple weeks ago, Meek Mill was sick to his stomach when he seen how much money he brought to the label versus how much he was getting paid, right? And that's Meek Mill. All respect to the GOAT, a legend, right? But if we're talking about somebody whose music catalog is worth more factually than all of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s combined,
I saw that.
right? If you're talking about from his perspective to where he's the only person who can even command these type of deals, if Meek Mill was that profitable and he was sick to his stomach when he saw how much money he generated, Lucien Grange would be a fool to say that this person that's making me billions of dollars, I'm not going to do the work for him, right? Drake must have some sort of numbers. He must have some sort of metrics to say, hey,
absolutely.
this is why I feel like that. Because guess what? If we're going to talk about it, what percentage of artists do you believe are actually profitable? Most of these niggas take a deal, they get millions, they don't get no return back, and they get shelved. And it's the bigger artists that are keeping the lights on in the place for the smaller artists. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Right. So if you are
that's every label.
That's every label.
That's every label.
So if we already know that's factual.
Drake not signed to just any label. He signed to the music industry. Like
he signed. UMG owns 30%.
The music industry. Like UMG owns every label. You know what I'm saying? So
they
Drake as an independent, you know what I mean? Like entity. Like he definitely brings a lot to the table.
He brings
Universal.
I believe
but
he brings
there
most of it.
are like for example, you got niggas like who we're about to talk about. Kendrick. He's signed to fucking Universal.
And guess what?
That nigga sells records, bro. Kendrick is doing 600,000.
He's never done a million.
He getting ready to do. Yeah, absolutely.
Drake did a million first week physical pure sales.
Yes.
When you actually look it up, bro, in the first week of a project dropping, it was
views.
eight.
I think
That was
views.
views.
It was views. Yeah,
800,000 pure sales first week.
Yeah,
that is not like anything that anybody's ever done ever in history. So as much as any artist can say, hey, you know what? I've done 500 before. I've done 600 with bundles and all this kind of stuff. Their value has never been high enough for a company like that to say, hey, we need an exclusive deal for you to sign here and drop your album here for us. Again, if we look at the timeline, again, Apple Music drops. What year did Views drop? 16 or 18, right? Apple Music started their company 2015. The first thing they did was try and find somebody who
but
would
you
be
don't
worth
think
finding
you
an
don't
exclusive drop here.
Yeah,
You know why?
You don't think that pushed. You don't think that pushed it though? Like for example, if there was a new platform that we're all what I mean, like entitled to use, and for example, they dropped GNX with that platform, you don't think?
No.
You don't think
No.
it would have went from
No.
290 to at least 500?
No.
Even if it didn't sell more than Drake,
You know why?
You don't think that would have incentivized the fucking push?
It's not
Like,
enough.
What?
It's not enough. That's the thing.
Absolutely. I'm more Drake than Kendrick. Like,
let's
I'm
talk.
like, even though I'm only playing devil's advocate.
Of course,
because we gotta bridge the gap.
We're having a conversation.
We gotta bridge the gap.
We need
so
to.
I got no choice but to take the Kendrick stance.
Right.
We can't be two Drake dick
Yeah,
riders
no.
fucking
1,000,000%.
Because then they gonna tell us defund this podcast
Oh my God!
immediately.
Y'all are glazing.
So
Y'all are glazing.
I'm taking this happy L
Yes.
in this combo. Like, I'm trying to keep
Play
Kendrick
it.
afloat. But like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as a Drake fan, I'm not delusional. Drake is behind the machine too. But they
right.
wrongfully utilized the machine against Drake in a way where it's like, yo, whoa.
But don't you think that's a fair point though? If like obviously it's all alleged, but like if they did do that, isn't that them saying like, hey, you're not as big as you think?
As you think
No,
you are.
and
Wait.
no, and that's the thing, right? He's saying if that's the case, then let the streams and let it do what it does. But if you guys have to go out of your way to manipulate it against me, that means I am as big as I think as I am, because that means the company that has a monopoly on the industry, and again, Spotify and all of y'all have to come together to come, and you chose this guy, and it's like all right, cool. Kendrick is Kendrick.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you guys chose, like, he couldn't do it on his own though, right? Because now it takes away from what y'all doing. It's like, okay, my enemy is not who I thought it was.
Yeah.
Which is why it goes from, hey, I'm going on tour, I'm minding my business, he dropped a diss track on me. That's another thing too. People keep getting this timeline of shit confused, right? I'm minding my business. This is somebody that I would have done a feature with, and if I would have done a feature with you earlier this year. We could have if it's been everybody saying, oh, they've been passive aggressive, throwing shots at each other this whole time. Again, starting with control, because there was no shots prior to that. Control drops. He's like, all right, cool. I'm ignoring that. Y'all go back and forth, petty, cool, right? But clearly, my beef wasn't deep enough with you that I wouldn't have worked with you. I called you. And if it was one of those things we were trying to prove who raps better, we could have hopped on the beat. We could have let the fans decide it. No, you got a problem. You start a beef with me. Okay, cool. As I'm on tour, right? No, I'm talking about like that. You come out, you start this beef. Like that drops, the beef is starting. Huh? First person shooter was an invitation for you to come here and rap with us. And you didn't come here. And on top of that, nobody dissed you. And on top of that, it was a song on First Person Shooter where they're bigging you up. They're bringing your name up in a positive light.
Right.
J. Cole says, hey, we started this league like I'm feeling like we started the league.
And then Drake immediately
Was like what?
It's only me and Cole. Like, Cole
Yeah.
it's three of us. And
Right.
Drake was like, nah, it's just me and Cole.
If we listening to the song, if we listen to the song, that's not in there. I know he did say stuff like that after the beef started, but it had nothing to do. I remember he's talking about I'm about to click on this shit. He just talking rapper shit. You feel me? I'm one away from Michael nigga beat it. That verse was more about him just stunting on niggas. The song could have been something for you to come here. I called you. I personally called you so we can work together. I have no beef with. To me, that says I don't have no issues with you.
Even though you've been dissing me for the past couple of years, taking your shot at the throne, it gets sticky. You know what I mean? You know how sticky it gets when you want to take a shot at the throne, right? It gets sticky, bro. And Kendrick been shooting them shots, bro, like back to back. And you know what I'm saying? Drake's like, yo, we can let bygones be bygones, bro. It don't gotta be that.
That's
Kendrick said, nigga, fuck you. And that's still what he on. Wait, but we do got to get into this real quick because this episode is going to be just a tad bit short, chat. My apologies. But
yeah, we
got to get into Weezy F Baby, man. I heard that. We assumed that this record was coming.
Oh,
you know,
God.
it's coming. Is it going to be weak? That's all I want to know. Because I want to be able to say you was wrong. I want to be able to say you was wrong. Or I want you to be able to say I was wrong. So what do you think? I think it's going to be fire. I think Weezy's coming for head tops because he done took it too far. He dissed them. He dissed them too many times. He taking it there. What are we doing, bro? Is Lil Wayne about to redeem himself in the OVO and the YMC and B era? You know what I mean?
Yo.
By putting the end to this Kendrick run, or is Kendrick loaded already? What we doing?
First of all, Kendrick Lamar has an entire rifle of arsenals things. He's got it lined up. He's got it lined up, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's waiting. He's itching. He's got more songs to come. And now with all of this again with this lawsuit, because I'm like again, we didn't really get to fully dive into that topic, right? But there's so much here at play to where this shit it's not again. It's not ending no time soon. They said Lil Wayne went in the booth. Some people heard it was fire. Some people are waiting to see, oh man, is he gonna drop it? Does Kendrick have a response? He definitely has something to say because again, he's outside.
He be on Twitter.
He's outside. He's on Twitter all day. That man is on Twitter and Instagram all day. He's watching the comments and he's making his songs all are a direct response to everything that's on the timeline.
He's checking it twice.
You feel me? Let's see if we get some shit before Christmas. But again, right, with this whole lawsuit stuff that's going on, and again,
I mean, briefly, let's briefly get into exactly what he's suing for. Just briefly.
So again, he's suing because he's claiming that his record label artificially amplified what Not Like Us was doing, specifically to be able to lower his position when it comes to negotiating for this contract. Yeah. And that's what he's able to prove, right? So if he's able to prove that they actually went and lowered the licensing rate to Spotify so that by 30% in order to get them to play the song more, that is an absolute it's ridiculous.
And I've seen it with my own two eyes with the whole like after every song you see Not Like Us.
Right.
Any song that has something to do with Tupac, Snoop Dogg,
Yes.
yeah, they flex the algorithm crazy. And it's like
if he can prove that, again, first of all, it'll be a good thing for small artists like myself. Because now it'll force them to have transparency for how these algorithms work and kind of get rid of them to where they don't favor one person or the other. So now if I put out my little track, it has just as much of a chance as being seen as whoever's at the top, right? People are complaining about this. It's only good because again, Michael tried to do this, and what they do, they called him a pedo, and they got his doctor to kill him because they got him out of here. They got Michael out of here. Prince has been trying to say that. It didn't work. Jay-Z, Kanye, all of them have had stuff to say about this. It didn't go nowhere. If he's now got hard proof and evidence of this, people talking about, oh, that's lame. How are you supposed to be cool and fight a corporation? It's not a rapper. I can't diss Lucian and that's gonna do something. It has to go to the courts. That's the difference, right? So it's like if I'm arguing for hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars potentially, because again, he has knowledge of what the back end return of his music does. We don't. We're sitting here, we're Sunday quarterbacking this shit. Mm-hmm. Oh man, like I would have done this. You gotta think, if a corporation is gonna give this person $600 million or $400 million and they're expecting a return on their money and they got the return on their money, how much is this guy making these people? He knows the number to that. If he has the back ends to that. All I'm gonna say is, and if there's no evidence, bro, you took an L. If it turns out there's no evidence to this, hey man,
bro,
you took
the
an
internet
L.
found the evidence.
Right, but I'm talking
like
about
the internet could point out everything that's going on. But you know what I mean, with the Kendrick, like there's screenshots of likes being way higher than the views, 3,000 likes, 400 views. You know, like I'm a YouTuber, so I'm aware that YouTube doesn't usually load as fast, but majority of the time, it's usually just going to be your views are going to be a couple thousand views off. It's not going to be like way more likes than views. I've never been at the magnitude of fucking Kendrick Lamar when it comes to a drop.
Yeah.
So I don't know how like glitched the algorithm compared to like what it actually is and what's out there, because that's something that people need to know. What you see on YouTube within that 24-hour span is not the direct amount of views. Sometimes it's a little lagged. If it's moving that fast, you might be a couple thousand to a couple million views behind, a couple thousand to a couple million likes, whatever, comments behind before it actually shows. So there's still evidence, screenshots of the song being everywhere, the YouTube being botted, comments being botted. I've personally been attacked by Kendrick fans to the point where I'm reading the comments and I'm like, did y'all even watch the video? You know,
bro,
but,
I'm not gonna lie, they're the worst fan base.
Did somebody just tell y'all that like I didn't like the song and manufacture these comments? Because there's no way
Like,
know what I'm
damn,
saying?
I gotta die because
There,
like,
no,
like,
there's
seriously.
just no way. Like, so there's certain things where I felt like, no, like there's no way this shit was not botted. There's just no way. You feel me? And I know there's an ability to do that out there. But
Right. And let's make
I
the
do
clear
think
distinction.
I do think that Drake making the case of like, you know what, there's nothing else he can fight. You know what I'm saying? There's no information out there. Apparently he was in California trying to pay niggas Bitcoin and actual cash. You know what I mean? Trying to like kind of what Tory Lanez did to Don Q in New York when they
Yeah,
had
no,
beef.
that's
He was trying to pay the hood. That's casual, but he obviously couldn't find anything out there or nothing that's worth putting out there, being that Kendrick's out there being the best liar. You know what I mean? Running his mouth, going crazy on Drake. So Drake's like, I bet the only way I can get back realistically is if I get over on the label. And he's not the only person to sue. Jay-Z sued Nas. Fucking Eminem sued Benzino. Like, there are lawsuits.
I saw that.
Suge Knight sued fucking Dr. Dre. Like,
And Drake
there-
is not suing Kendrick.
He's not even suing Kendrick. You know what I'm
UMG
saying?
asked him to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, if y'all don't, because again, if y'all don't provide this evidence, I'm bringing y'all to court. Oh, you don't sue us, sue Kendrick." He said,
Exactly.
"He said, no, fuck that. I'll handle him when it's time to handle him. Because
Right.
there's no point in me putting out any type of music until I expose what's going on.
Right.
Because that's the thing, right? He might have music that I'm sure Drake is talented enough to where he has songs that he can respond back and forth. He can keep going, but he's like, hold on, wait. Before we get to any of that, let's level the playing field. I want to make sure that there's nothing to tip the scale, and I want my fucking money. Y'all
Right.
is not gonna
That's
play
it.
with me like this, right?
That's it.
So there's no they asked and UMG said, hey, if you sue us and we're found liable, we're gonna sue Kendrick Lamar for that money. What does
it.
that tell you? They already know
They
what's
know
going
what he
on.
did.
They know what's
Right.
going
They know
on.
what he did.
And Drake is saying, hey, leave him out of it because I still think I can go toe to toe with whoever lyrically. But before we go anywhere toe to toe lyrically, let's get this right because there's no way in hell that since
He's not playing a
30
fair
for
battle.
Since 30 for 30 freestyle, since 2011, he's been saying, yo, these niggas is all coming together. The higher ups is coming together to send me a message. 40, did you hear that? Since 2011. So for people to say, oh, that's weak, it's fake. Nah, this guy has felt like that since
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
It is 2024.
Yeah.
Going on 25.
Right.
So it's like, it's not just, it didn't come out of thin air. It's not some excuse. Oh, you know what? This or
not his
that,
first time
or
fighting
this.
the label. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Last time he fought the label, we got, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
Like,
I'm excited to see if you come up with some fire music, especially at this time in your life. There's adversity, there's triumph, there's adversity, there's trials, there's people besmirching your name and saying all kinds of this and that and this and that. This is good. I think that creates a type of hunger in an artist that being just up can't do.
Right.
So I'm very excited to see what the next project looks like.
Yeah.
But on the internet, stop with this. Oh my God, he lost the beef and now he's suing. And it's another thing too that was funny. You remember when all of that stuff dropped and they're like, Drake, why aren't you going to respond? He's not going to respond to them calling you a pedo, right? You didn't respond. Is that your response? Is da-da-da-da? And now he's responding and saying, oh, well, you're wrong for responding. It's like, okay, so you ignore it. Well, why didn't he acknowledge this? He didn't acknowledge it because he knows it's true. Now he's fighting against it. Oh, well, why are you fighting against it? Huh? Nigga said I do. Nigga said I touch fucking children. You feel me? Fuck out of here. This ruining my money. Forget all of the mud slinging and shit. Rap. You can say whatever you want in a rap battle. I've seen rap battles where it went wild. Like if you ever watch URL, Smack, all that shit, like they say wild stuff about each other. Oh, but you talking about the label that's supposed to have my best interest at heart is specifically using this moment so that way I can't get the money that I'm owed. Fuck y'all. Fuck all of this shit. Fuck public perception. I want my billion. Fuck y'all.
I was gonna say, do you think that's why it's happening now?
That's yes. 1 mil. I can see that 1,000,000%. Cause especially what better time? Oh yeah, like listen, he recouped way faster than we thought he was gonna recoup. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. But hey man, it's a lot to see. It's a lot that's gonna go on. We can only go as we get more information. Is there anything else you wanna touch on?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like this is an interesting point for both of them, and I want, this is probably like a real beef between them, but like it's interesting. I feel like this is the next career path for both of them, because like Kendrick's trying to build this PG Lang thing, and what a bigger fucking event to build a label around. And
yeah.
Than
And I think
this.
Drake's trying to solidify his
taking
fucking.
number one spot, and then Drake is also like 50? Like, at what point is he gonna switch it up? And is he gonna switch it up to like, oh, I'm gonna be the one. Like, I'm gonna carry the mic a little bit against the Kanye fight and actually take the label down. Like, is that like the?
It's gonna be interesting.
I think Drake's trying to solidify his retirement fund. And have a safe exit from the music industry, because you can't be rapping about sliding Percocets, half a perky, and buying niggas baby mamas and shit like that and taking them to Turks and Caicos. You can't be rapping about that till you're 60. You know what I'm saying? So I think you gotta solidify this retirement fund. End your run on a good run. Don't end this shit on a bad slate. Leave on a good slate and walk out of here a champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to leave with this stain on your fucking name from fucking Kendrick, who's using the label to push his next endeavor. Like, that's really not what you want. You didn't come into the game to go out this bad. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's where he's trying to leave it, but you can't, because he done so much damage and took everything he deserved with no remorse. Because that's one thing I heard about Drake. He does not care. He want his money, and he does not care if you don't get like apparently. We gotta do this briefly, but like apparently he got like him and Kendrick, him and Metro ain't cool because he was like, nigga, I want my beat. I don't care that your mom passed away. Like that was.
We gotta see if that's real. We gotta see if
but
that's
like,
real.
Hey,
we gotta see if that's real. So,
that's what's
Joe
going
Budden
on.
said that shit. Because Joe Budden said that shit, and I'm not gonna lie, yo man, y'all be too tender about these women, bro. Because every time they say Drake is a bad person, the first thing they say is, oh, he fucked somebody's wife.
Right.
It's like, hold on. So your girl cheated on you and you're mad at him. That'd be the shit that we say. Your girl catch you cheating, she fight the girl in the bed. What the fuck? You owed her loyalty. Every time they say, like, I seen this nigga Joe Budden go up on his podcast and scream, "You are a sack of shit and this and that." Damn. I get it. He took Tahiri to Coke to Turks. He took Tahiri to Turks and Caicos. I get it. You was hiding under her bed. You was mad about you was tender about that shit. I've been tender, bro. I have been tender about a girl. But you know what? I don't think the person that got with the girl deserves to die and his career needs to end and you're a sack of. He's a sack of shit because your girl ain't loyal. What is going on here? Come on now, y'all. Every time they say, yo, he's a bad person. You ask why? Oh, he's sleeping with these guys' girlfriends. So what? So the fuck what? Why don't you get a girl that really likes you, that's loyal? Cause it's not like he's not forcing himself on nobody, right? He's not taking it. You can't take it from the girl, cause then you be calling him an R word.
It's like a menace activity though. Like,
you know what? You know what? Maybe if that's your high school girlfriend that y'all have been married to, she would be loyal to you. But y'all get rich, y'all go fuck on all of these IG models and these bad foreign girls, right? And it's like now y'all mad because they going and they choosing. It's part of the game. That doesn't make the person a bad person, but that's like y'all grow the fuck up, man. Y'all too y'all they so tender, tender as fuck, bro. But whatever. Like,
we'll leave it there.
Right.
We'll leave it there until the
It's the holidays, man. We got stuff to do, bro.
Until the Drake trial comes about, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, more information comes out about that. We can't really beat a dead horse on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll see whether or not Drake's telling the truth, whether or not Kendrick Lamar really displayed the art of war. Yeah.